That's the pessimistic view of Golding, I think.
Piggy, huh? That was murder. You stop it. What good are you doing talking like that? It was dark. There was that bloody dance. There was thunder and lightning and rain. We were scared. It wasn't what you said. Oh, Piggy! It was an accident.
No, the buttressed one right up there is where the stone was dropped from.
Yeah.
This is the cave, and over the top on the other side there's a rock, and that little lagoon extends out from that coral reef. I staggered out of the woods on the other side, down to the beach and floated off.
But that's really much higher than I thought.
They must have, there's a fence up above it.
So where did you all squat? You squatted along the skyline?
Yes, along the
right.
skyline. That wonderful shot of all the cottages along the skyline.
Up down there.
Yeah, because the rock came down to the right on top of the picture. Heaved by Roger in that amazing...
Yeah, this looks like...
Yes, that sound of the sea.
Very familiar.
It's very familiar. It's like the level of everything and where the rocks are down there. This is about right. I can remember sort of sitting right about here and looking out.
It feels like the entrance.
This is where we came through with the spears in our hand. And you said this would make a great fort or something.
But there was something here like a pier or something.
But I seem to remember we got on.
Yeah, we sure got on, but at the same time we competed. I mean,
But those were our parts.
Oh, yeah.
And we were encouraged, of course, to form a...
Form a rivalry.
Form a rivalry,
Yeah.
I always remember the quality you had more than anything else, and I put this, I suppose, upon your American background, the fact that you lived there. I know you spent a lot of time in Britain, but the cool that you had was something that I envied enormously. Still do. It may not be true, but you don't seem to be that concerned about what people think of you. Whereas I'm terrified about what an ant thinks of me.
I had fronts. I had defensive fronts. They were very strong. A lot of it was that cold, the dead face and then like that. That was all very strong. That was to protect me from other kids. If you're not concerned about what people think of you, then they can't hurt you. And when I came here, that was the first time that people looked up to me. And so I had to now fulfill sort of expectations that I had about myself because it was a saga. You know, whether it be to say the unexpected or to do something outrageous. And so I would do a lot of that. And my life became a saga on and off set a lot of the time.
How could we kill it?
It's been something very difficult to beat since because some of that became really ingrained. I've had these adventures across the Caribbean or across the Atlantic, you know, and they always had this sort of thing like the camera's on you type of feel to them. My image of you was also, you know, a self-confident, nice guy. He didn't need to play games. He was just so, you know, honest, and he meant it, you know. And
I'd like to meet this guy.
yeah, well, that was my image of you, but I hear James doesn't see himself that way.
It's possible that I've changed.
I'm trying to resolve the real you from my image of you.
I've been trying to find out for years. And the decision I made to become a professional actor and go to drama school was maybe one way of solving that, of getting around it, getting around the fact that I think of myself as a blank sheet of paper until I have a part. And when I have a part, I know who I am, I know where I'm going, and I invest myself into that part. But when the job's over, then it's back to looking at the wall again and thinking, who am I going to be next week or next month? And sometimes I look at Lord of the Flies and think that was the kernel, that was the center of a child has more truth than an adult.
So are you coming back here to capture that?
Yeah, regain lost childhood. I mean, all these sights and sounds that surrounded us, my parents were alive at that time.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the first time I'd ever been away from home. So the memories that come back are one of my mum and dad in Jamaica and writing to them and receiving letters from them. So all that is intermingled with meeting you guys again and so on. The other thing I remember about this particular place is there's a rock out there.
Uh-huh.
In my 13-year-old imagination, it always reminded me of a sinking Spanish galleon because it's shaped like the end of a ship. And for 35 years, I've had dreams about this bay and the sinking Spanish galleon. If ever I came back to Vieques, this is where I wanted to be. I've always wanted to come back. I knew I would before I died.
Do you think you could make another film or play or anything by using the same technique as Lord of the Flies, but with adults? Would that be an experiment you'd wish to repeat, or...?
I think you can do that in many things in movies. You can't do that in the theatre. In the theatre, you know, you have to be heard, you have to master a whole lot of things. In movies, people do that all the time. They do.
No, but you see, before I could talk about it in a general way, I could say technically this is how he pushed the rock down, this is how he did Piggy's death from what I remember. But this week, I really feel I've touched the sand again, and by the touch...
It seemed to me intuitively a hunch that on the basis of our past experience, there was something incomplete that could be not necessarily completed, but developed, coming together again after 35 years.
But I'm still not clear. I never have been, you know. If you were setting out to make a film, presumably they wanted some end. You have to know where you're going. I mean, like when you do a production, I know what I want to get at the end.
I don't. That I really feel very, very strongly. I feel that every production I've done productions that have seemed to me at the end satisfying and ones that haven't been satisfying. The satisfying ones have been ones that organically took their own path, and at the end, all that started off fell into place. It's just the same as in gardening or cooking. You bring together ingredients and you watch it, you help it, but in the end it takes on its own shape.
But then what do you feel about this taking on any shape or no shape? I mean, what do you feel we're getting from...
Why do we have to get something?
Well, I don't know, but I have a feeling that that is a sort of a burden that is sort of sent on the shoulder. Perhaps the answer is there is no.
I think that the more you think, what am I going to get, the less you, the more you take yourself out of here and now in a very simple sense. You and I are sitting here together.
Yeah.
This is either satisfying for us or not, and fuck what we get or we don't get, because even thinking of it cuts us off from what is really there. Now, what I think is much more important is, have you got faith, simple faith, that a living process is worth living? If you haven't, then it isn't worth living it.
Exactly.
Give it up. But if you do, then the living process is worth living to the degree that it's strong, intense, rich and alive.
Well, this I find fascinating, because in a way, I feel that the pressure to talk about it has come from you.
Yeah, because we have to give us do something for the camera.
Right. And I think now, in a way, it's wonderful to hear you almost denying the process that we have to go through.
Totally. All that matters is that when all is said and done, what we do makes life a little less gloomy.
Yes.
Actually, if I go on repeating this often enough, we will succeed in plunging everyone into perpetual gloom.
Tom. Oh, who the hell are you?
Jimmy Aubrey, no.
Oh my God. Jerry! See if you can guess. Oh, amigo. Oh. Jack! My God. That's Piggy. What happened? Glad to see you. Oh, nice to see you.
Nice to see you again.
God. And I'd like to get Piggy. Well, where's Ralph? Ralph and Jack. Jerry, we're going to have to keep this going. A little more sideways. This is good.